Okay. So we will give people an extra minute and we will start. Okay, so good evening. My name is Paulina Copello. Thanks for joining this Yoga Therapy for Stress Management webinar for the Oslo Yoga Festival. I hope you can hear me well. Okay. Good. So we appreciate that you're taking the time to join us today. So during this 60-minute webinar, we will start by sharing some basic concepts around the topics like the difference between yoga and yoga therapy, stress and the stress response in the body, chronic stress and health problems related with it, some yoga therapy for chronic stress. So I will be sharing with you a case study. I will be talking for around 30 minutes and then we will take 20 minutes for a practice. And after that, we will have a little bit of time for questions if you have any. So I would like to mention that for this practice, you may need some simple props that you may find at home. These props will be a chair, a blanket. Maybe you need a blanket, especially here in Norway, we are in winter, not so cold today, but still nice to have a blanket by our side. And also maybe it's nice for you to be at a quiet place. So maybe you can turn your phone into silence mode, for example. So I also want to show you some features we will be using. So as you can see on the screen, we will be using the chat for questions. So you can see a green arrow that is pointing towards the bottom of the screen. There is where you need to press so as to send me your comments, your questions, or anything. So I want to totally encourage you to ask questions at any time during this presentation. Good. So, as I am leading this presentation today, it might be of your interest to know that I am a yoga therapist and I am certified by the International Association of Yoga Therapists. I have more than 1,000 hours of training and I am specialized in working with people of all ages and a variety of health challenges. I offer individual yoga therapy sessions to help people recover from injuries and manage chronic stress conditions, reduce symptoms, and increase overall health and vitality. I also teach small group therapeutic classes with specific programs. I am originally from Argentina, and I have been living in Oslo for 6 years now. So let's get started. I would like to start with a question. So you can drop your answers if you wish on the chat box. And the first question is, do you know the difference between yoga and yoga therapy? Do you know the difference between yoga and yoga therapy? Can you hear me well? No sound? Hello? Now? Yes? No? Good. Okay. So have you followed me for the first slides, or should I come back?
The sound has been okay all the time.
Okay, good, because now I see a comment on the chat. The sound is on. Okay, thank you. Good. So if you want to share your answers here on the chat box, if you know the difference between yoga and yoga therapy, what you think difference will be, or maybe they are more focused on the body awareness and mindset. Okay, we will see what yoga therapy is. More individual, also could be something like that. Good. So less physical. Okay, interesting. A little bit of all, I would say. Good. So although all yoga is potentially healing, many times it is offered in fitness-based classes with emphasis on the body. Some of you were saying less physical for yoga therapy. So maybe it's how we see sometimes yoga these days. So if we take a look at the definition of yoga, and it's connected with this year's festival theme, which is community and commitment, yoga means exactly that. Yoga means union. Union and integration. And we have many yoga tools that we use in yoga, which are asanas, that are physical postures, pranayama, which are breathing exercises, meditation, mantra, sound and chanting, mudra, which are hands and body postures, self-inquiry, which is a big part of the yoga practice, a little bit of time and opportunity for self-inquiry, the study of traditions and traditional books like the Yoga Sutras and the Bhagavad Gita, and then a healthy lifestyle. So yoga therapy then is the specific application of the yoga tools to address physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs of the individual in a one-on-one session or a small group class. Yoga therapists are specialists and have in-depth training in anatomy, physiology, psychology, and assessment tools. We learn about chronic health conditions and what will help and what would harm. We work with our clients to address their specific needs and goals and design a yoga therapy practice that is tailored for that individual. So today we are here to talk about specifically to talk about yoga therapy and chronic stress. So if you please take a look at all these images on the screen, we have three images and a few questions here. So the first image is a busy housekeeper with family commitments and all the kids. For the second image, we have a businessman overwhelmed by multiple tasks, meetings, calls, and emails. And for the third image, we have a young senior triggered by challenges she may encounter in the process of aging. And now I will invite you again to share your answers if you feel like on the chat box. And the questions are, do you feel identified with any of these pictures? And how often do you feel tired and overwhelmed? And for how long? And the third question is, how is this affecting your life? So by observing the images and reflecting, a little bit of self-reflection here. Do you feel identified with any of these pictures? How often do you feel tired and overwhelmed? And for how long? This is an important questions, and big important questions for what we will develop later. Yes. We all feel, absolutely. We might all feel a little bit identified with some of this, absolutely. So, what is stress? What is stress? According to the World Health Organization, stress can be defined as a state of worry or mental tension caused by a difficult situation. Stress is a natural human response that prompts us to address challenges and threats in our lives. So, when we talk about the stress, we have a source of the stress, right? And that's what we call the stressor. And then a reaction is affecting the body, is cortisol that is released into the bloodstream, affecting cardiovascular, immune system, and even memory. And once the threat has passed, cortisol levels fall off and systems return to normal. So when we talk about this kind of stress, we are talking, or generally about stress, we are talking about acute stress. And this is very important. It is short term. So stress, we can say it's part of life. And we might need a little bit of stress so as to carry on things in life. Like I am a little bit under stress now as I need to be awake so as to show you my presentation. But the idea is that once this source of stress has passed, I may come back to the original state. So this is how we can describe the natural stress response in the body. If you see on the screen, we will take a closer look to the natural stress response in the body. When you face a perceived threat, a tiny region at the brain space called the hypothalamus sets off an alarm system in the body. An example, as is shown in the image, is a big dog barking at you during your morning walk. So through nerves and hormonal signals, the system prompts the adrenal glands and produces hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol. So the stress response will activate some functions and inhibit other functions of the body at the same time. And this is really interesting. The activation in the body, what we call fight or flight response. So fight or flight, there's a threat and I need to offer fight or flight. So I need to escape from it. So a shot of adrenaline makes the heart beat faster, causes blood pressure to go up and gives you more energy. That's the idea. More energy to the big muscle so as to offer that fight or to escape. And cortisol increases sugar, also called glucose, in the bloodstream. Other functions as you can see on the screen on the right side, are inhibited. And this is very important. So our immune system is inhibited because you are not supposed to have all these strong responses working if you need to escape. So the body is so intelligent that it will choose where to put the energy and the resources. The digestive system is suppressed, the reproductive system is suppressed, and the growth processes are suppressed. So this is also an important thing so as to understand what stress causes in the body. And then we may also reflect that all these changes, as we were seeing in this previous slide, all these changes happen so quickly that people aren't aware of them. In fact, this cascade of hormones happens even before the brain's visual centers have a chance to fully process what's happening. And we have the example of why people are able to jump out of the path of an oncoming car even before they think about what they are doing. So this is super fast. All this happens in less than seconds. So this is the stress response, and many people are unable to find a way to put the brakes on stress. So this, what we will be describing, the chronic stress, right? The long-term activation of the stress response we have been discussing, and the overexposure to cortisol and other stress hormones that come with it may disrupt almost all of the body's processes. And we call it chronic stress. That's really nice. So what you are sharing how yoga, and we will go to that now. How can yoga help to mitigate all these triggers from the stress? So what is chronic stress? Which is the difference between stress and chronic stress? So the chronic stress is a stress that continues for a long period of time and does not go away. I cannot press the brake. I cannot make a stop. It's still on all the time, or most of the time. What may trigger this chronic stress? Some of what may trigger chronic stress is loneliness, financial problems, chronic health problems. Caring for someone with complex needs might be also very demanding, being bullied, and living in an unsafe environment. We can mention, for example, a situation of war, a situation of violence, even at home. Okay, what is this chronic stress causing in the body? What are the health problems related to chronic stress? So if I ask you this question, what do you think about? So the first thing that probably may come to your mind are digestive issues like ulcers, for example, sleeping problems, headaches, right? This is the first thing where we relate to stress. However, sleeping, especially, yes, absolutely. It affects a lot our sleep. Studies have shown that stress levels are associated with further conditions. So now from the medical team, we are more and more reading this emphasis that they are discovering that stress may be causing type 2 diabetes, even heart attacks and strokes, autoimmune diseases, for example, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, but also, for example, fibromyalgia, right? So severe forms of anxiety, panic attacks, and depression. among others. I would say that this is a very short list. And then part of what you were sharing before, why would you choose yoga? Why would you choose yoga therapy? So yoga therapy may help to relieve stress and manage underlying conditions or symptoms in addition to treatment by a healthcare provider. So this is also really important, right? So yoga therapy will always work with a net of other professionals. Always working in addition to treatment by a healthcare provider. That's the first thing. Also physios, osteopaths. It's a big team. Yoga therapy helps us identify different imbalances in a person and offer techniques to bring those aspects back into balance. Yoga therapy can be used to treat different conditions and a combination of them. This is also interesting, and we will see why. Because you are not one condition, right? So yoga therapy may be used to treat muscular problems, diabetes, Parkinson's, asthma, reduce the symptoms or walk with the person through treatments of cancer, for example, Alzheimer, multiple sclerosis, autoimmune diseases, among others. So yoga therapy offers an inclusive, accessible, practical, and compassionate biopsychosocial spiritual framework. So this is what we can offer from the yoga therapy. We analyze the whole frame of a person, not only the person, but also the environment, the habits, lifestyle. So now, to put all this into practice, I would like to share with you a case study. And this case study is Anna. You will see the description on the screen. Of course, her real name is not Anna. We've changed so as to protect her privacy. She's a 40-year-old woman. Anna is a marketing director of an important firm in line for promotion to vice president. She used to work from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and sometimes more. She has a high standard living and active social life. She is recently married with no kids. Anna is a super fit woman. She is medium-sized, she has good appetite, she has good sleep, she falls asleep quickly, she doesn't wake up at night, she does not drink alcohol, and she doesn't smoke. She takes sometimes 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and she trains a lot. She loves running, CrossFit. If she takes yoga, she would choose hot yoga. She loves, and this is also important, what does she love? This was a question for Anna, what do you love? And it was hard, I have to say, for her to identify what was the source of joy in life. And she told me training, that she enjoyed being with her partner, and she loves eating tasty food. That's what she said. So what are Anna's symptoms? So over the past several months, she has had attacks of shortness of breath, heart palpitations, chest pains, dizziness, and tingling sensations in her feet and toes. She sometimes felt anxious to the point of panic. She experienced aches, pains, and tense muscles. This is It was a big thing for her. She had a lot of tension in the body. So she comes to yoga therapy recommended by a friend, one of her best friends, and she arrives to the treatment, to the yoga therapy, because 1 year ago she first went to the emergency room with all these symptoms in a severe attack, and in the emergency room the doctor told her that she was just hyperventilating, and showed her how to breathe into a paper bag to handle the situation in the future. She took that with no much more solutions, and 3 months ago she had a second attack. This time it was much stronger. She thought she was having a heart attack. And as it was so strong, so similar to a heart attack, she insisted that she should be hospitalized overnight for extensive diagnosis. They did the studies, and the doctor concluded that stress was the primary cause of the panic attacks and her heart attack symptoms. So the main diagnosis was stress. She had no heart conditions, no other health conditions. So she came for the first intake. That's how we got all this information. And then the second time, we did a physical and a breathing assessment. So during the assessment with Anna, we detected that she had a lot of neck and jaw pain and tension. She had shoulder muscle tension, a lot of tension in the upper back. And we, as she was describing, we were relating all these pains and tension in the body with her history, of course, of anxiety and panic attacks. And what we found specifically into the breathing assessment, it was really interesting, because she was not able to take deep breaths. She suffered frequently for sighing, like this was very common along her day. I made her think, do you feel that you sigh during the day? And she said, yes, many times I feel that I need to do this. This way I noticed that I haven't been breathing for quite some minutes on some time. She felt dizziness when trying to breathe a little bit deeper. So we took notes of all these descriptions, and we arrived thinking that she has dysfunctional breath. And this was translated into lack of energy and exhaustion. So the expectations of Anna coming to yoga therapy, she wanted to regain control of her health and life. And she told me she wants to live without pain. She wanted to find peace, to settle down, to start her family project. So, how can yoga therapy help Anna? We have here a few ideas: offering active listening. This is very important. As someone arrives into yoga therapy for a one-on-one session, we offer active listening. We develop a therapeutic relationship with that person. Addressing mind, body, and spirit, because her symptoms were felt in the body, but were connected with the breath, and there were a lot of in her mind. We will always work with asana, so embodying, connecting, working with the slow moving and fluent movements so as to release the tension in the body. We will always use some part of the session, restorative yoga.
And proper healthy breathing techniques. Nowadays, we can see all over breath work, but what is breath work? It may work for some people, but certainly not for everyone. So we will try to discover what helps Anna, what may help her with her dysfunctional breath. Sometimes, most of the times, I would say we practice Yoga Nidra, but even Yoga Nidra may have some contraindications, especially when talking about anxiety. So it also will depend. And lifestyle recommendations. So for the lifestyle recommendations, it would be nice to work with Anna, setting a positive goal. And so if there is a will, there is a way. And if you lack the will for change, there is no one who can show you the way. So this is also something that we will try to work with her, trying to find that resolution, that intention, and try to pronounce it in a positive way. So connect with the others, spend more time surrounded by the ones she loves. Another good thing for the nervous system is the intake of vitamin D. So if not living in Norway, I would say go out for a walk under the sun, even in winter time. 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes a day. If living in Norway, I would say take your supplement. But levels of vitamin D are proved to have a big effect on the nervous system. Learning about sleeping hygiene. So some of you mentioned before the importance of sleeping all the night in a peaceful way. The way we act and the things we do during the day may have a big impact on how we sleep. Sometimes, not only, of course, we know taking coffee, but how much time do you spend in front of the screen? What type of light you're using? How early you shut your screens and maybe do something else instead of being with the computer or the phone till the last minute we turn on the light and try to sleep. So having good habits, sleeping habits. And then suggesting Anna to bring her relaxation tools into her day, into her daily life. Taking pauses and resting, this is very important. Doing less. Sometimes it's not the things that we suggest to do, but the things we try her not to do. Maybe taking less of all these activities, all this training, becoming a little bit quieter. This also may help with the body tension. And of course, laughing and dancing. Those might be the best therapists, probably, or one of the best therapists in life. So, now I would like to lead you through a little bit of a practice of some of the things we did with Anna. So you can experience a little bit of what we've been talking and discussing. And we will share a little bit more of the practices on Sunday when we do the physical practice in Oslo, in Oslo Yoga in Sagene. So, okay, let's sit. So you can practice all this practice. You can complete on a chair, on a seated position. It will be really simple, just a few gentle movements through the breath, and a little bit of a relaxation and a breathing exercise. And you can practice the whole sequence, as I said, sitting on a chair. But if you prefer, if you're at home and you have your mat, you can come on your mat too, your yoga mat. Since this webinar, this is a webinar, I don't have the chance to assist your particular needs. Please listen to your body, okay? So it's important for us to know that not every pose is for everybody. So if you notice that the pose that I'm offering is not for you, you can modify, or you can simply sit quietly and come back to your breath if you feel triggered by any of the practices today. So I will stop sharing for a moment. Yes, okay, good. So I will invite you to sit comfortably on your chair. If it's comfortable for you, maybe the opportunity to close your eyes. But if closing your eyes is not something that you would enjoy, maybe you can find a fixed point in front of you and simply keep your gaze down there. Take a moment to check in with yourself. So bringing attention to your physical body with kindness and observing any sensations. Any sensations that may arise without judgment. Observing the quality of your breath. Noticing places of tension or discomfort. Observing the quality of your energy, if it's light or heavy or balanced. And again, acknowledge with kindness. See if you can feel the expansion of your body as you breathe in, and how you soften your body into your chair as you breathe out. Allow the gentle flow of the breath to loosen any discomfort as you breathe out, releasing tension in the body and mind with each out breath. Place the soles of the feet on the ground and connect your feet with the earth. And see if you can now bring your hands on your heart. Both hands to cover your heart. And now very gently, and you're welcome to keep your eyes closed or partially open them. I will invite you to perceive your next inhalation. And as you inhale, see if you can start opening your right arm to the side, and if possible, following your right hand with your gaze. And on your exhalation, coming back to center. And now if it's possible for you to take the other side, inhaling, opening the left arm to the side this time, and exhaling, coming back to center. Keep doing for a few more rounds and see if you can let the breath guide your movement. Maybe reflecting what comes first, if the breath or the movement. Complete one more round. And then you can rest both hands on your lap. I will invite you to sit a little bit more to the front of your chair. And now we will use both arms. So pressing the sits bones down, we will inhale and open into a kind of cat and cow stretch. Pressing chest bone forward and gazing slightly up. Exhaling, see if you can place your palms together in prayer mudra, rounding your back a little bit, separating shoulder blades. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, rounding. As you round your back, notice that your chin is coming closer to your chest. Keep doing at your own pace. One more time, inhale, open your chest. Exhale, rounding your back. Very good. See if you can come back to sit up tall, and then you can rest again your hands on your lap. Yes. And now we will say yes a few rounds. So moving your chin towards the chest. And then back to the original position, inhaling as the chin is parallel to the floor, exhaling as you move your chin down. Inhale forward, exhale, chin to your chest. One more time, inhale and exhale. And now keeping your chin parallel to the floor, we will say no. So turning the head right and left. Inhaling as you move your head and gaze forward, exhaling as you look to your side. Inhale, center. Remember to keep your shoulders relaxed. And the breath flowing. Very good. Just one more time to your side. And back to center. Very good. Take a moment here. Hold your chin parallel to the floor. Take a nice breath in. Exhale out through your nose. Observe. For a moment, just observe any effect of the exercise in you. Very good. So what we will do now is to inhale and reach up. See if you can extend your arms by the sides of the head. Exhale, move your arms down by the sides of the body. Now see if you can step the feet a little bit wider apart. And now breathe in, move your arms up one more time. And as you exhale, see if you can find support for your elbows on the top of your knees, keeping your spine up tall. Yes, very good. Leaning a little bit forward, keeping spine, neck, and head in one line, lengthening the spine. Very good. And now release. Come back to sit up straight. I will move my chair a little bit backwards. Yes. So now inhaling, reach up. And as you exhale, press your elbows on the top of your knees one more time. And this time, see if you can extend your right arm by the side of your head, as if you were trying to reach something far away from you. And come back down. Inhale at center. Exhale, change side. Opening the sides of the body and back to center. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side. One more time. And back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, opposite side. Very good. Now come back to center and press up back into a seated position. Walk your feet closer one more time. And now see if you can extend both arms forward. Very good. Shoulder height. Very good. Nice. Next time you inhale, we will open our hands, spreading the fingers apart. Exhaling, pressing fists, and then moving like pulling. Elbows to the ribs. Nice. Now hold and press your shoulder blades together. See if you can inhale and spread your hands, your fingers again. Exhale, press fists. Now inhaling, reach up. Little bit backwards. Exhaling, move your arms by the sides of the body. Very good. So you can hold your seated position, or maybe you want to take, you want to give a try standing. This is also possible to be practiced in a standing position. So stepping the feet a little bit wider, we will bring our arms to parallel, inhaling and separating the fingers apart. Exhaling, pressing fists and pulling towards you. Inhale, spread and open. Exhale, press your fists. Now inhaling, reach up and a little bit back. Exhale, release. Let's take one more. Inhaling, extending arms. Opening the fingers apart, exhaling, pressing fists and pulling towards you. Inhale, open and expand. Exhale, press. Inhale, all back. Exhale, release. Okay, super good. Let's shake a little bit. Shake the tension out of the body. Arms, keeping feet apart. Good. Nice. And now, let's experience this fresh sensation. And imagine you have water in front of you, and you can start moving, dipping your hands in this fresh water. And moving your hands into the water, side to side. Connect with this cooling, fresh sensation. Very good. And now we may wash all out, all the tension out with this fresh water from the shoulders all along. Maybe the belly, maybe the low back, maybe your legs. Washing a little bit back, a little bit the face. Yes, very good. And now rest your arms by the sides. Feel the contact of the floor under your feet. And see if you can shift the weight of your body a little bit side to side. Maybe feeling like a bamboo stick. But it's been driven by the water or the wind a little bit side to side. And if it's okay for you to close your eyes and just connect with the soft sensation, letting go. No more control. You are driven here. Very good. Very good. Find your center. And now we will come back to the chair. So please place your chair and come back for a seat. Maybe you want to sit on your mat, on your cushion is completely fine. Very good. Find the support of your chair, the back of your chair. Feel free to close your eyes and connect back with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Let the breath flow through your nose for a few rounds. Just breathe in and exhale out. Bring a little bit of movement into your toes. And notice the contact of the soles of the feet on the ground. Feel the feet grounded on the earth, as if you were able to feel the whole planet Earth. Bring your hands back on your heart, one over the other. And make a wish. Make a wish for yourself in this moment. Send a healing thought to somebody who needs it right now. Make a healing thought for someone in need right now. Extend the healing wish on everybody on earth, every living creature. And spread your wish and your hope all around, extending your arms by the side and all the way up, taking a nice inhalation here, pressing palms together, moving your hands into prayer mudra, bowing our heads down, adding, when possible, a nice smile into our faces. We lift up again. Thank you for practicing. So, take a moment. If you have water with you, take a sip of water. I will open now the presentation for some questions. If you have any, feel super welcome to share any question on the chat box, any comment, anything, feedback, everything is welcome. Okay, let's see. Thank you, all of you. Do you focus on food? I'm not sure. Thank you, Trude. I'm not sure about the question, Connie, if you want to add, oh, healthy eating. Yes, that's Thank you, all of you. That's a whole thing, the gut brain axis. Absolutely, it's really important, but it's a really deep and very extensive topic, but it's absolutely very, very important. So the microbiota and everything you eat, especially the importance of fiber, for example. So it's a big thing to discuss. So thank you for joining me. Thank you very much. I will be sending the practices we did today with Marianne. So where I have studied yoga therapy in the Yoga Therapy Institute in the Netherlands. You don't need to be a medical doctor to study. Some of us had a background in yoga. We were yoga teachers. Some people were from the psychology background. I had some mates that were medical doctors. Physios, like quite a variety of professionals, but you don't need to be a medical doctor. No, because we don't diagnose. Yeah, so that's why I stress the importance that we work with the medical system. So when someone comes to me and I may suspect that, for example, let's say you suspect that person has high blood pressure, so I would suggest this person to go and get checked. Same thing, for example, IBS. If all the symptoms are there, before I start working with that person, I would kindly ask that person, maybe it would be better to get checked, so we can adapt the practices to exactly what you need. So